All right, welcome to Newellstock. So today is my professor look. Not that I'm a professor or a PhD or anything like that. I wanted to talk about this idea about you actually building your own brand. Most people, build their brand by filling out their resume, and the assumption is that your resume is a full encapsulation of your capabilities and the type of person you are. It's actually just a subset, and it's only a subset of your work history. That's it. If you're one of those people that has to make a decision on who you're going to hire, if all you do is look at a resume, you're really missing the big picture. Unfortunately, in the tech world that I live in right now, anybody can be a systems administrator, a database administrator, a coder, and believe me, I wore all those hats to some degree or the other. I personally feel like coding, for example, is actually a trivial endeavor. It's nothing really intricate about it, right? With the exception of, let's say, trying to find a way to, write a specific set of code in order to get around a particular algorithm or make an algorithm work. It's the algorithm that really matters, not the actual coding part itself. But that's not what I wanted to talk about, right? Not just the coding part, right? Your work history is just that. That's all you have in your resume. But the thing is, a lot of the things that people are starting to, put into a resume, and what a lot of advice out there is also saying is they're saying, write in that you're a critical thinker. Quite frankly, I don't even know what that is. What does it mean to be a critical thinker? Like complain about something or criticize something? Or think outside the box, like that ridiculous cliche that's been used ad nauseum? There's a lot more to life than what's in your resume. But the thing you need to do is you need to advocate for your own brand. A resume is just a subset of that. You really need to get yourself out there. Even at 60, my life is beginning right now. And right now you're seeing an old representation of this 60-year-old face. It's just the way it is. It's genetics, age, life, it happens. Hopefully, I have a few more years ahead of me than behind me. But suffice it to say, I'm working on my brand. Okay, you should work on your brand as well. Your brand is what? Your brand is the things that you do, but it's also the things that you consider important. Your philosophy, your way to articulate your way around intellectual ideas, etc. Or your dogs, because they continually bug me. That's just what they do. But again, it's not just that, right? You have many components to you. Like I play guitar, I love music, I listen to all kinds of stuff. But I'm a person who looks for thoughts. I look for patterns. And I recognize patterns at a high level, and I can dig down and go really down to the nitty-gritty, to even below the nanometer measured subatomic particles. I mean, if that's what is necessary, I can go there, and even beyond that, into the world of, let's say, fractals, etc. But that's something that you generally don't put in a resume. You have to put that out there in some type of a social media form, whether it's something that you post, an article that you write. Like I put an article on there on 3 descriptions of a deja vu. People may think, well, what does that have to do with work? It has to do with how you think. And isn't it what you're doing at your job? Thinking? I've said this before many times, and I'm going to keep repeating it until it sticks in your mind and people start repeating it. The very same mental process that you use to solve a problem is the very same mental process that you use to form your opinions. You cannot separate those. Those are intrinsically linked with your personality traits, but also your work history that's on your resume. But your resume only gives you a snapshot of it. It only gives you one point of view, one angle of it. And the other thing that I said before is that you have to get the person who's making a decision to hire you to actually like you. You have to be a likable person. Some things just don't work for me, genetically. I mean, It's just the way it is. There are people out there that I know don't like me, but there are people out there that I know do like me. And I'm always appreciative of those people, right? And being a highly agreeable person makes navigating that extremely difficult. But I do have a process to get around that, and I'll make a video on that as well. It's a psychological thing. But anyway, either way, if anything in this video demonstrates anything, right? If it is basically that number one, I think on the fly, so that's why I kind of try to decide where I'm going to go next, what tangent I'm going to take. But whatever I do here is basically my brand. I'm showing you that I can think through things. I can consider variables that most people would just ignore. I don't ignore them. I look at everything. One of the things that you should also do is get sources that you normally would not refer to. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them. I mean, I don't even agree with myself. It's called changing your mind. It happens, folks. It really does. But the one thing in this world that I'm not going to do, and I said this before as well, is that I absolutely refuse to propagate something that I know or later find out is not true. I'm just not going to do it. And I'm not going to push and peddle things that are not part of what I consider important. So consider that. Let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll go from there. All right, later.